get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
What you guys, how are you all doing? Warm welcome to country. You may be thinking, why have I got a bone in my mouth? Why? A little Looney Tune, a little Bulgarian Nutter. Kiss. Oh, the monkey. How are we doing? We all good? Just stopped off in a little bit of a nice little country lane lay-by here. It's nice and quiet. Had a nice quiet night here last night. The roads were really quiet as well. Yeah, we're just pimbling around at this Skye. I'm in Norfolk, Norwich area, where I collected some parcels and saw my doctor for my meds. For my blood test results, that went through okay, so he's given me the all clear to do my Scotland trip, which is lovely jubbly. I was hoping to get, now I've never had a flu vaccination ever. I've been offered it for the last few years, I've never had one. But the doctors have advised me that due to my heart condition, put that camera straight a bit, due to my heart condition, it's advisable to have one this year. Just take the stress off, just in case I do. I usually get a cold anyway when I'm on my Scottish trips. I think I've had a cold every year this year, the last few years, so we've got to get it done. And it was due today, but for some reason I had a message that it was delayed till next week. So I'm going to be hanging around here for a few more days, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But as soon as that's sorted, I got my vaccination, I should be good for the winter. And once I've done that, I'll pop off to see my children in Birmingham for a couple of days, and then we're going to head north, up the west coast of England, up to north, and I'll do a little introduction video of where the winter season series number 7 is going to be this year, 6 months on an island. I'll do a reveal of that in the next few days, once I've seen the children, I think, in the next week. So that's where we're at the moment, but other than that, we're good. My hands are good. They're still a little bit itchy. My feet are red hot still as well, so I've got cream on there as well. But we're getting there. It's getting sorted now. At least they're not painful no more, which is lovely jubbly. Thanks for all your wishes and thoughts as well. I'll just give some thoughts out to Mary. I know you're having problems at the moment, Mary. Your lovely husband's in a bit of health issues, so best of wishes to you, Mary, and thoughts and prayers are with you and your husband. Hopefully everything could turn out all right, so bless you guys. I was just thinking about van life and my particular journey in my van life. Most you know my journey, my history, what's happened. We've had some traumatic events in my life which turned me to doing van life. That's why I did van life from day one, because with my Christine, bless her cotton socks, as you know, she was killed in a car crash. Went out one day, didn't come back, and she's been my sweetheart for 40 years. So for a long time I had the demons with me, living on my own without Christine, and the demons, I went into some very, very dark periods in my life. And anyway, I turned all that round. I saw something, my friend Carl rolled up when I was in one of my tents once camping, when I used to do bushcrafting. He rolled up in a small camper, Volkswagen van. And then there's me sat in my tent with the rain coming down, thinking, whoa, it'd be nice to be in a van instead. So that's what got me into van life, as a route out of my situation, to try and keep my mind occupied away from the demons. doing YouTube as well. That's been a major benefactor in keeping demons away. You got to keep your mind occupied all the time when you're suffering with depression, anxiety. I was under tablets and medication. I was seeing specialists and all sorts to try and sort myself out. But it's actually Vanlife that started to sort my soul and my mind out. And the biggest part of my van life was Scotland. As you know, on Country Van Life, we're all about Scotland. Winter season series on one of the Hebridean Islands. We do a different Hebridean Island every year. And Scotland, you know, it's you're looking at this video, you're looking at a thumbnail of a video, you think, oh, clickbait, you go, here we go again, this has saved my life, and it all nearly ended, you know, all this clickbait drama we see on YouTube, which gets on my bleeding nerves, to be honest. You know, it's all clickbait, bloody lies, isn't it? You look at the bloody clickbait, the thumbnail of the video, you think, oh, what's going on here? You know, fire or near death, or, you know, it's the end, and and you go into the videos and it's nothing, absolutely nothing. Now I realise that's the way YouTube works with analytics. They want these clickbait thumbnail dramatic bloody photos and clickbait titles to get the videos rolling, which is a shame, because it'd be good if YouTube looked at the bloody the quality of the content more than the actual thumbnail, because some of these videos are absolutely crap and they get loads of bloody views just because of the bloody thumbnail. It's crazy. Don't know how it works. And you get loads of channels like mine that put a bit of effort in. There's loads of channels out there with lesser views than me, lesser subscribers than me. They're putting out wonderful contents, wonderful stories, and they get nothing for it. They get no views or nothing for it. So YouTube algorithms, I don't think they work for quality. They work for dramatic bloody, oh, just your reading, it really does. Anyway, going off track a little bit there, that's one of my bloody bugbears with YouTube. They don't reward quality, they don't reward content, they reward drama, clickbait, boobs hanging out or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so, you know, clickbait, this video, is it a clickbait video now? You know, I roll the dice sometimes, and I sometimes do a bit of a dramatic thumbnail clickbait, but on mine, it's, as you know, guys, all of you that watch my channel know it's not clickbait. If I put something in my title that something's happened, like a fire or you know, a dramatic situation, crash or whatever, then it's actually happened. It's actually been a drama in my life which I've had to get over. So it's all true. And the thumbnail of this video, it saved my life. Scotland and Vanlife saved my life. And they literally did. Vanlife saved my mind, saved my soul. You know, I don't think I'd be here now if it wasn't for Vanlife. I really don't. The benefits it brings of being out in nature, it should be on the national health to help people with depression and anxiety. Vanlife, you know, a week in Vanlife to sort your mind out, because it will. Being out in nature, waking up to the wonderful views that I've seen all over the UK, all the dramatic beaches, all the fantastic lochs and rolling glens and Munros, and all around England as well, the east coast, the south coast, the west coast, Northumberland, Yorkshire. Oh, the UK has got so much to offer, and it is wonderful. It's really sorted my life out, and it's changed my mindset out, my life, my well-being. It's all changed my way of life. I wake up now with a zest for life, whereas before I was going nowhere with the depression from losing my dear Christine. God bless her. So Vanlife saved my soul and my mind. Now Scotland saved my life. And literally, it's not a clickbait thumbnail. Scotland saved my life. As you all know, my last winter series, season 6 in the Isle of, on the Isle of Mull, I had a massive heart attack in a remote part of the location. And I was in serious trouble. I didn't think I'd make it off that mountain. But somehow the angels were with me. Christine was looking over me, I think. I'm sure she was. Because even the surgeons and the heart specialists says, you should not have made it off that mountain. But anyway, I managed to tumble myself off this mountain, smashing my knees into my arms and cutting my face, trying to, because I kept falling down and passing out and all sorts. Somehow I got back to Christine. Don't know how, off this mountain, this Munro. And I've just blacked out, and I woke up, and it was the sun was coming up the next day. I still had the pain in my chest. I was still struggling, and that's when I phoned for assistance. You know, us men, we're stubborn buggers, aren't we? We're really stubborn. When something's wrong, we just don't care. We just roll on with it. But anyway, I picked up my mobile phone in the van the next morning, still struggling. I thought, I've got to get this sorted, because you know, I'm not going to last there. When I was on the mountain, kept falling down. I actually tied Skye. I actually tied Skye's leash to my ankle, because I thought, well, I'm dying. At least in this remote location, Skye would have something to chew on. You know, if she's up there a few weeks with her tied to me, at least she'll have my body to chew on and survive till someone found us. But anyway, that's by the by. We got airlifted off by helicopter to Glasgow, and the one is, Glasgow Hospital. It's probably one of the best heart hospitals in the country, and they literally saved my life. Scotland saved my life. A Scottish hospital saved my life. The Islanders on the Isle of Mull saved my life. With the way they looked after me, they looked after Skye, they looked after my van while I was in hospital for over a week in Glasgow, where I got the helicopter evacuation to, and it literally saved my life. So I owe Scotland my life, and Scotland is a big part of my life. It's I'm in Scotland 6 months of the year, every year for the last 6-7 years, and I adore Scotland. I adore the Scottish people. I adore the Islanders. Look how the Islanders on the Isle of Mull look after me. That was a treasure that I'll never forget, and a memory that I'll never forget. They looked after Skye when I was away. They looked after my van, and they put their arms around me when I went back for me to recuperate for 2 months, and put me up in a site. Free of charge, knock the door every day, do I need anything? Oh, it's amazing. Worked up like that. Get a bit emotional. So Scotland is a very, very special place to me, as it is to a lot of you folks. You know the beauty. Scotland, wow. Especially the Hebridean Islands. Wow. Unbelievable. And I can't wait to get back. We'll be back soon for another 6 months of Vancha. I've got all the all clear from the doctors now. So all I'm saying, guys, that a decision in your life can change your life. It certainly changed my life. My eyes are starting to water now. Thinking of Christine again. So Scotland saved my life. Vanlife saved my well-being, my mental health, my mindset, my soul. And Scotland literally kept the old heart going and saved my life. So I have to go back every year, you know. Folks say, why don't you go abroad and do Europe? I said, no, it's maybe one day, I don't know. But the UK as a whole, the kingdoms of the UK, you could live 10 lifetimes and you will not see all the beauty that this land has got to offer, folks. I know a lot of us haven't got the time to do that. I'm retired, I'm living on a state pension, and that's it. I get a bit of income from you guys and your lovely buy me a coffees and YouTube. And that's all we've got to survive on, and it's more than enough. It is more than enough. I am 70. I've got heart problems, and I'm living life. I'm living the life to the full. I really am. I nearly lost it on one of the islands, but Scottish people saved my life. So it's not a clickbait video. This ain't a clickbait video, your usual clickbait video. It's all real. It really happens. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I let you know everything that's going on in my life, as you know, folks. I take you with me. And that's another thing that saved my soul and my heart and makes me so happy, is you guys following me. To know that there's a few thousand people out there that are looking out for me, care for what I do and care for my content that I put out there and like sharing my life. And I try to keep it as real as possible in Vanlife. I'm on a lone van life. It's not for everyone. A lone van life won't be for everyone. That's why I got this little girl here, Skye, eh? Hey, we're loving life, ain't we, Skye? We'll soon be in Scotland again, eh? Little monkey. So there you go, that's just a quick update. How van life can change your mental health. It won't be for everyone, folks. It really won't be for everyone. If you're thinking about it, you know, rent a van or hire a van or whatever for a week or so and see whether it may be your thing. Can you live alone? Can you live in a tin box minimalistically? You don't need a lot in life. You really don't need a lot in life. I wake up to nature every day. I wake up to new spots, new horizons, new people, new neighbours, new fantastic window views out of Christine every morning. Beautiful sunsets, beautiful sunrises. How can that not lift your soul every single day? And it's a new location every day, every week. And you can go where you like. You've got no letterbox. You've got no bills. You've got no worries. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Doesn't matter what time it is. You're just taking in the moment where you are. And that is really special. Sitting outside with a cup of tea, watching the sunrise, or with an ice drink, watching the sunset in a beautiful part of our kingdom is an amazing experience, folks. And it really helps your soul and your mindset. So there you go, just a little catch up. So we're going to be on the way soon to a new island, a new adventure, a new winter season series and country. Hope you'll join me. We'll probably have a couple of trips on the way up first. It'll take me a week or so to get up to the Aberdeen island that I'm going to this year. So it'll take a couple of weeks to get up there. So hopefully we should be on there by the end of October maybe, and then we can settle in. It'll take me a week or so to settle into the island, get to know a few of the locals, as we always do. We always get to know the islanders on these. That's the beauty about these small islands. They're such small communities, and because I'm on there so long, people get to know me. They look out for me, I look out for them, and it is a pleasure. The communities on these islands are absolutely so caring and wonderful. Not like the communities you get in the towns and urban areas. You know, half the time we don't know our neighbours, do we? But on the islands, they look after you. They really do. So where we're going this time, we'll find out very soon. There you go. Sorry about that. I got a little bit worked up there. I've got a sore throat. My eyes are leaking. I think I've got something in my eye. I don't know. But that's my story, and it literally saved my life, saved my soul, saved my heart, and give me a purpose in life. I've got a purpose in life now, and I'm loving life. I'm loving van life. Till the next video, you look after yourself. You take care of each other. There's lots of love out there. That's what we need in the world. A lot more love, a lot more caring, and caring for each other, looking out for each other. Catch you later, guys. From me, come on. Let's get the nutter back on. What we got, Skye? See how kind and careful she is. And she saved my life as well. She's my partner now. Catch you later. So, let's go. Let's get going. Hello.